Welcome everybody. It's time for the news, and we have some big news today. That's why Sue's here.
Oh, I get to do the big stuff.
With the COVID-19, it's been long enough now. I hope we're set up good enough. With, I'm out on Lanai again because I like videoing out here. The lighting's good, everything is good.
Nice breeze going through.
You might hear some noise in the background where people are doing yard work, but just ignore it. The COVID-19 virus has affected, as everybody knows, every restaurant, every business. They've had to shut down for this or that and everything else. Even though we're in phase one, I call it a soft opening, whatever you want to call it, they are still restricting a lot of stuff like they are in every other state. 25% occupancy, I think, in the restaurants. They're keeping the tables at least 6 feet apart. You can't slide them together. They have people in front of these restaurants limiting how many people go in, which leads to problems. How many people do you have standing outside, standing in a line? So I think maybe they should bring back, and this is my personal opinion, whatever happened to reservations? Here it is. Nearly $300,000 Lake Meona Trail would offer Finney-style nature path. I think it's a good idea. I wish they had one here. And I wish they had the same rule on all of these nature trails that they're going to have on this one, because I'm not sure that they do.
Okay.
A nearly $300,000 Finney-style nature path dubbed the Lake Meona Trail would offer a picturesque walk for villagers along the Black Lake Preserve. The nature trail is part of a budget plan.
A few moments later.
Oh.
Well, let's try this again. A nature trail is part of a budget plan under consideration by the project-wide advisory committee, which supports shared infrastructure in Community Development Districts 5 through 12 in the villages. The 6-foot wide nature path would be a 1.3 mile round trip out and back. It would not be accessible under the Americans with Disabilities Act, as it would be classified as a nature path. An entry point would be near the Lake Meona Recreation Center on Buena Vista Boulevard. It is not for bicycles and it is not for dogs. That's the rule I wish they would put on all these nature trails for walking around.
Is that park?
I'm here talking. You have to do it all over. Here's my microphone.
Okay.
Let me go back here. Where was I at when I was reading this thing? I was talking about bicycles.
Bicycles.
It's not for bicycles. It's not for dogs. It's for walking, says Project-Wide Advisory Committee Chairman Peter Moore during a budget presentation Wednesday night at the Savannah Center. Such nature trails have proven to be very popular down in the village of Finney at the southern end of the villages. The only thing is, this is going to be a cement walking trail, nature walk. Down at Finney, I think the nature trails are popular. We got 2 or 3 different kind of trails. Nature trails is one, but the most popular thing down there is that new, I call it asphalt, but I guess it's really not, or it's an asphalt with some kind of a coating on it, and it makes the walking trail spongy to where it's really not real hard. You use them up at the Spanish Springs area when you go up there.
Yeah, when Deb and I went up there, we were so pleased to see that they'd put one in up there, and we didn't know anything about it until we went and did the video of the dog park up there, and it was really nice. And I thought, I walk a lot, and I thought, boy, I wished I had this where I'm at. And that was a new thing, because originally it was just a dirt path, and then they did a lot of renovations up there and put that in. But I would like to see it come down here. That would be really nice.
Dennis Hayes of Community Development District 8 wanted to know about any potential long-term expense of the trail. What kind of maintenance costs would we be inheriting? Interim Director of Property Management Blair Bean said the envisioned concrete path would not require much maintenance. The life expectancy would be lengthy. The first step in the process would be the expenditure of $18,000 for engineering and surveying. That would be expensed in the 2020-2021 fiscal year. If the estimated $260,000 project is moved forward, it could be part of the 2021, 2022 PWAC budget. So we're talking a couple of years down the road, but just know that in that area that they're working on putting in a nature walking path for those that might be interested in buying a pre-owned home up there.
Yeah.
Which Lake Meona area is a great area.
Yeah.
It's kind of halfway between Brownwood Square and Lake Sumter Landing Square, even though you're a lot closer to Lake Sumter Landing, but it's kind of in between the two.
It's a nice area.
Yeah, my choice would always be Lake Sumter Landing Square. I just think it's a better square. I think it's a better area. There's just so much there to do. Anytime the Villages has dignitaries in, it's always at Lake Sumter Square because it's a bigger square. For those of you that don't know, on the golf cart path there, I can't think of the name of the neighborhood there, on the left-hand side as you're heading toward, let's say, Spanish Springs on the golf cart path, those expensive homes are on the left. It's kind of like a private little neighborhood that tucks in right there. Do you know what that neighborhood's called?
Is it a Bridgeport neighborhood?
I don't know.
Well, like I said, there's several Bridgeports, but
I don't know what that. Anyway, they're $1 million houses. You can tell when you go by there. That whole street, it's about a block long roughly. That whole street at one time was kept private because whenever the Villages, back when Lake Sumter was fairly new, they had a lot of dignitaries come to town. Fox News came in like once or twice a year, and some other things. That's where the Villages put them up. They would all be right there, and they would give them a room and board in those homes. And then, I don't know when they started selling those, but I guess they...
Oh, I know what you're talking about now, the homes on the water there in Lake Sumter, okay.
Because we went by there once, and we saw somebody that we swore to God was Rush Limbaugh, but he was sitting on the front porch smoking a cigar. Yeah. I don't know if it was or not, but I swear it looked like it.
It could have been.
But,
if you ever get a chance, there's a video called Glenn Beck, Lost in the Villages. You got to watch it.
That's hilarious. Glenn Beck and his buddies were drunk, and they were in a golf cart that the Village was giving them, and they had to get down to Spanish or Lake Sumter for a show they were putting on. And the more he drove the golf cart, the further away he kept getting. He was lost.
It's really funny.
It's on YouTube. Glenn Beck.
I think it's Lost in the Villages.
Glenn Beck, Lost in the Villages. Go to YouTube, get that video, and watch it. It's hilarious.
It is. It's really funny.
So with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. That's the up-to-date news up to this point. And
did we do news?
There's a lot going on. A lot of restaurants are going to be closing. Some of them ain't going to make it. Now, we all knew that eventually, but now it seems like they're starting to pop up.
But support local.
We do.
We do.
You know, I've always said the Villages here, some of the restaurants are overpriced, I think. I still think so. Some of them, the service in the wintertime is iffy because they're just so darn busy and everything. But I still go there.
We're lucky to have them.
Yeah, I still, because I want to take my golf cart to do everything.
Yeah.
If all these businesses close their doors and move out, I might as well just move to another city somewhere because it's just going to be like another city. But we do support them. I wish we had a true value hardware store as cool as that one in Wildwood is here inside the Villages.
Ace, yeah.
Because that has got to be the best true value that I've ever been to. They know everything about everything when it comes to the Villages, and I think they have everything that you're going to need to repair your home.
Yeah, and the customer service, I can't tell you how great that is. I mean, they're right on it.
So Wildwood True Value Hardware, cool. When I found out they sold LP gas to put in my motor home, I couldn't believe it. I had no idea.
But they also had a guy that told you what to do with the grass.
Yep.
And I said, we're foreign to zoysia. We didn't, zoysia where we come from, that's what you dug up because it was a weed.
And I still think it looks like a weed.
Yeah, it still looks like a weed.
You can't get it to grow here.
And we still have a hard time with it. But the guy in there told us exactly what, when to start fertilizing, what to use, that kind of thing. You don't get that kind of help everywhere anymore. So it was kind of nice.
All right, we're going to get out of here. So with that being said, see you on the other side.